What's up, party people and magic makers? Destiny here on this magical Monday. And I wanted to talk to you about feeling not good enough. So this came up for two of my clients in like the past 48 hours. Okay. So, first things first, with not good enough, question for you. Who are we not being good enough for? Is it ourselves? Is it someone else? If it's someone else, who is it? And then the question to follow that up with is, do we care? See, I had a incredible session with one of my clients who was really stuck on feeling like he was not good enough. And as we dug in and we started clearing that out, he made a really poignant distinction. And something that came up for him was in his past, he felt like he was not good enough for them. The them doesn't matter. The them could be family, friends, significant other. The them can be anything that the them represents for you, right? But he made the distinction that the feeling that he had was he wasn't good enough for them, for these people that were outside of himself. And that is fucking bullshit. Because that is them, whoever the thems are, putting their judgments and anything that they have in their brains onto you. What I told him is basically they handed him their judgment backpacks and they're like, here, go carry this because you're not good enough for us and you don't think you're good enough for us. So now you can carry all of our judgment backpacks. And that was weighing this dude down for decades. This feeling of not being good enough for them was weighing him down from the time he had that initial thought, that initial feeling, that initial awareness, all the way until yesterday. Why? Why? Because of other people's judgment. Other people's judgment. And it is full of crap. Full of crap. It is not necessary. That is bullshit. And yet here it was haunting him, pulling him back, holding him down, not allowing him to grow and be the person that he was meant to be. He started to conform. And instead of saying what was on his mind, he would say what he thought other people would want to hear. Because very early on, it was established that he wasn't good enough for them. If you struggle with not feeling like you are good enough for them, then you are not saying what you want to say. You are not speaking your truth. You are not allowing yourself to have the success that you deserve. And that's bullshit. Because of some blowhard, one day, one time, this one experience you had with them made a comment that made you feel like you weren't good enough for them. Seriously. Do not take on someone else's bullshit. You don't need to do it. And if you didn't know better because you were so young, right? Remember, between the ages of 0 to 8, we're in the theta brainwave state. So we're just taking everything in as truth, right? If this experience happened to you and you can trace it back and you are aware of it all the way back to between the ages of 0 to 8, you didn't have a choice in this and you took it on, you can get rid of it. You can release yourself from it. You can drop their bullshit judgment backpacks, toss it to the wayside, and be you. Now, I will give you a slight disclaimer on this. When you start being you, when you start speaking your truth, when you start showing up as the true, authentic you, other people will react because you are breaking their pattern, right? So think about your relationships that you have. First, you do something, then they do something, then you do something, then they do something. And it's a reaction back and forward based on whoever starts the pattern. Well, if you've broken that pattern and you don't do that first thing, they're going to be like, what the hell? What's going on? What changed? What's different? And when they start figuring out that you're different, it puts the pressure on them to make it seem like they're different, right? Or they're wondering why they're not different. Or they start looking at themselves like, oh my gosh, This person made a change. Do I have to make the change? What if I don't want to make the change? And if they are scared, fearful, anxious, sad, feeling guilty about anything or embarrassed about anything, they will react. They're not just going to be like, oh, look, you're speaking your truth. I'm so happy about that. Give you a hug. They are going to fight back. But what I have to remind you is that the way they perceive and receive your truth is not your responsibility. It is theirs. And it's time we hold them capable of having the reaction that they have without it mean anything to us. It doesn't have to have a meaning to us. We can still be us. We can still speak our truth. We can do it kindly. We can do it eloquently. And we can do it in such a way that it fuels us and it makes us feel really good without hurting someone else. But if they choose to react from hurt, or if they choose to be hurt by what we are saying, that is their reaction. Can we support them through it? 100%. But if they're going to be a dick about it and they're going to try to re-traumatize us, no. No. We're getting rid of that trauma. We are getting rid of that bullshit that has been holding us down and keeping us back from far too long. So if you have any not good enough or not good enough for them, drop the judgment and the shame backpack right now, because you don't need to carry it. And if you're over there going, but Destiny, how do I drop this shame backpack? How do I drop this judgment backpack? How do I drop this embarrassed backpack? I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to tell you this again. April is the month I'm doing $47 energy clearings. It's my birthday month. I want to gift you this. This is a gift that I want to give to you. Okay? Take me up on it. Let's get rid of all of the baggage that you are carrying that is not yours. You don't need to carry it anymore. You don't need to keep re-traumatizing yourself from it anymore. You can stop this pattern. You can be a pattern breaker. Okay. And that's how I can support you in doing this, because we really need more of us out there speaking our truths and being okay with it. All right. And speaking it kindly and eloquently. Like, we don't have to be a dick unless they deserve it, but we don't have to be a dick about it. We can still speak our truth and stand in our truth and do it in a way that it can be received gently so they choose. Okay. But let's get rid of this baggage that we have decided to pick up because we thought we had to, when the truth is we didn't. We didn't. You are good enough. You always have been. You always will be. And if you don't believe that, let's clear that away so you can believe that. We've got generations out there that don't believe it. We've got work to do. And that's going to be one of the first steps, is clearing away all of the crap that's preventing you from believing what is already true. What you already know and you already suspect, but you have a hard time swallowing. Let's clear that for you so that you can be the most authentic, amazing, truly you person, because that's what you deserve. All right? So until next week, peace.